Yeah, man.
Once again, we look back to 2023.
That's right.
I didn't enjoy 2023 enough to keep doing 2023 stuff, but here we are.
Still reminiscing,
Yeah.
you know?
Yep.
January's cold, bitter.
God, it's so cold.
Yeah, just trying to find any sort of happiness where we can here at this point. And what
Barrel-
better way to do
proof is
that?
it.
Yeah, what
Yes.
better way to do that?
So, as you all could see, Larceny Barrel Proof. Somehow, this is mid-January at this point. Missing the A batch, walk into a liquor store, and for some reason, I see Booker's Charlie's batch. I see Booker's Apprentice batch.
A whole bunch of old stuff.
And I see Larceny A batch.
Yeah.
And I said,
You spent some dollars.
looky. I found a cookie, and I snagged that A batch as quick as Mohammed would let me.
Muhammad.
Yeah, it was kind of a sketchy spot. But
Wow, so we went
were
the
there.
racist route tonight.
damn it. I mean, it probably was Mohammed, though. Pete does not hire whites.
That's like the most common name in the world, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So no longer racist. That's your best guess.
So, Larceny Barrel Proof introduced in 2020. It's rumored to be aged 6 to 8 years. We have an MSRP of $60 to $70. I feel like 70 is what I've found them at consistently.
That sounds about right, yeah.
And we have a mash bill of 68% corn, 20% wheat, and a 12% multi barley.
Okay.
So you got your wheater. So when we're talking about proof, we got 125.8 on the A batch, 124.4 on the B batch, and 126.4 on the C batch. So both Elijah Craig and Larceny both kind of up the proof. Elijah
winter
Craig
months.
drastically on
Yeah.
the C batch.
Cool.
And I don't think we talked about this on the Elijah Craig one. And if you're new here, welcome. We'll also do some education.
Sure.
So when we're talking about A123, B523, and C923, we're actually talking about the batch that it comes out at. So you have an A, B, and a C batch. The month it comes out with, and the year it comes out with.
So that 923 is September of 2023.
Yeah,
for
and it's
example.
so much easier for me to remember because I'm slightly an idiot, to hype up some of these barrels, because I think we were kind of talking offline to where we were like, why does Elijah Craig get so much pub? I feel like Larceny didn't get that.
Obviously, Elijah Craig has earned their reputation, earned that, that status, if you will. But yeah, I don't necessarily know why Larceny has gone without that for what seems like, a handful of years now. What year did they start putting out this barrel proof? Is it 2019, 2020?
2020, not an ideal year when it comes to marketing.
That's true.
So,
Although a lot of people did up their drinking that year.
So to give some publicity, props. I'm gonna go with props to the Larceny. Fred Minnick put out his top 100 bourbon list, C923, number 2.
On the 20th. Okay, wow.
Yeah, followed by number 3 on his list.
So 2 in the top 3. No kidding.
Yep. And Breaking Bourbon, oddly enough, the B batch was number 1 bourbon of the year. So as Bourbon Barkeep, we need to figure out who's right, essentially.
That's our goal.
Yes.
Do you have any more little tidbits for us?
No.
That was it? Okay.
That was
badass though, man.
That's the end of my page. That's
That
a
was
lot of
badass.
research.
All right, so what we'll do is give them a good shuffle. We want to be blind in this. I don't really have any inclination as to which one I hope wins or anything like that, but
If this is A through C like Elijah Craig was, there's something wrong with our shuffling.
sure. Should we? Yeah, we can't check. Just make sure it's not. You know what I mean?
That's true.
We're kind of in between a rock and a hard place here.
Yeah.
All right. Well, be right back. We'll shuffle these up. All right, and we're back.
Just still hoping
That
for that
one.
radio
That
voice.
one was fine.
You came in with more confidence.
That one was fine. Yeah, I didn't think about it. That's what I needed.
You jumped right in.
Yeah, didn't think about it.
And the water was lukewarm.
All right, so so we gave these a good shuffle. I do not know my right from my left, or the middle one for that matter.
It's that one. That's your right.
Thanks for that. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, we're all shuffled up. All right, so as we've done in the past with these blinds, we'll start with our left hand, and we'll call this glass 1, 2, 3 at the risk of saying ABC because that would be confusing, obviously.
Yep.
So this will be glass 1, and we're ready to get underway.
We for sure call this Class A.
Yeah. To you, man. To you guys. Appreciate you joining us. For all those that are new, thanks. And hope you come back for sure. So,
A lot of newbies.
Okay.
Get some nice cinnamon, a little caramel.
You know those Costco muffins?
Oh God.
There's this Costco muffin that it's like an apple cinnamon with like a caramel drizzle on top.
Oh, this is actually going somewhere. I thought you were just plugging Costco again.
Of course
Still
it's
not
going.
sponsored.
Of course it's going somewhere, man. Yeah, it's like that's what it gives for me is like an apple caramel cinnamon muffin.
I love where you're going with this, and I hate we agree so much, but I definitely get kind of that green apple, some pastry in there.
The sour.
Yep. Yeah, it's definitely green, not red.
Sure.
There's some burn to it.
I would think. You said the lowest proof was what 124? Is that what you said?
Sounds right. I think it was 124, 125, 126.
You get all of
Or
it.
maybe I had it reversed, 125, 124. Either way, 126 was C batch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice oily mouthfeel. Hangs around for a very long time because I am still getting it. It's hotter than I feel like it should be, so I'm going to go back for a second sip because that first sip, deceiving sometimes.
Really?
But I still get that nice, crisp, fresh green apple, Granny Smith.
It's like the fair where they have the giant sticks with the caramel apple on top. Not that I was like, super into the fair, but I know that they serve those there along with the, what's the pastry with the powdered sugar on top?
I'm just happy you survived the fair because those carnies are wild.
It is truly crazy. They just set up a giant roller coaster and they have some guy that's probably stoned just running it with a bunch of kids. And
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And he's the same guy that did those bolts. And you're like, no, thank you. No, thank you, John Paul,
that guy put it together in like 45 minutes.
by himself. That's a really good pour. I like this a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm fine paying $70 for that, for sure.
I like it.
Like, that's really good.
That is green apple Jolly Rancher right there. Like that third sip, back of the throat.
It clicked for you, huh? The light bulb?
Man.
I'm going to put
Like
a little ding.
there's a lot of candy to it, but it has like that, like if you were to melt a Jolly Rancher green apple, it just kind of sits on the tongue.
Ooh, this is way less sharp.
Yeah, that's much smoother, and I'm kind of nervous with how cold it is.
No, I get like, I mean, it's not like I'm having trouble smelling it. Like, it's definitely way less sharp.
Yeah, this is much smoother, no tartness. I'm going to give it like red fruit.
So yeah, I was going to say this is what like a deep, like Thanksgiving type of cherry pie would smell like for me.
I was even going to go a touch sweeter and go even strawberry. But this one still kind of comes with maybe kind of a bread in there, but a lot more vanilla, strawberry. So I can't remember if Werther's actually made them because they made those like caramel circles. But there was also like a strawberry and cream one.
Oh, yeah.
You ever tried those? They kind of look like a little peppermint thing,
Sure.
but that's this on the nose right now.
This almost gives you like almost like an Uncrustable.
That's kind of where I was going. You still get a nice cinnamon, still very viscous, but the sweetness continues, but it's definitely more cobbler now, where you get that cinnamon really coming through. Wow, that is very good. I feel like I'm still going to revisit glass one to confirm, but
Ooh.
completely different nose. So you really, this is going to go much darker. So for the people that actually know what this is, this one is a much darker sweetness where you get the maple, maybe molasses would be better. Oh, that's going to be so close. A little more oak on this one, where we haven't called out oak on 1 or 2. This one does have a bitterness right in the back of the throat to where I'm curious if that sticks around on sip 2.
This one is probably, this probably develops the longest out of the 3. But like, you're kind of right. Like towards the end of that sip, it does turn into something different almost. I don't know if I'd call it bitter.
beautiful nose. Maybe my favorite nose because I do like kind of that deeper, rich nose.
I am starting to like get that bitterness. I think you're right.
Yeah. I wonder, the bitter does kind of go into a heavily salted peanut. This one is kind of like if you were to like accidentally swallow a peanut with the casing on, like the shell on.
Oh.
Like it's that much salt in the back of my throat right now.
I like that, yeah. So, probably want to take one more visit, correct? On all three of these?
I know I definitely need a revisit with 1 and 3.
Okay. So we'll revisit, and I've done this in the past. I'll speed it up super fast so we don't have a 45-minute video on our hands, but we'll revisit one more time, and then once we get through that little speedy portion, we'll make our selections, if you will. Selection Sunday. Coming up.
Not yet.
Coming up.
Already excited.
I'm excited, man. All right. Okay, so deep breaths. I feel like that's a lot of really, really strong whiskey.
Yeah.
So thankful.
Yeah, the water was needed.
Thankful for the water. So yeah, we went through once more, as you saw in the sped up version, and I think we do have our list.
Yeah, I just ultimately, when we were talking about the nose, it was really preference. Like, do you want kind of this light, brighter one? This one went a touch darker, but not as much as glass 2. But ultimately, for me and my preference, the saltiness and really just the back, it really didn't hit me in the front at all.
Sure.
I'm going to remove tonight, but ultimately, it's still a phenomenal pour.
Right. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So my least favorite, I'm probably gonna go. It's funny. I like really enjoyed all of them, but I'll probably go one. When I do barrel proofs, I kind of or when I do barrel proofs, the light sweet tartness, the green apple isn't necessarily what I'm looking for.
Okay.
So in terms of like what I want out of a barrel proof bourbon, this is probably a little lighter and sweeter than what I'm probably hoping for. So I think I'm gonna go 1 being my least favorite, although like you said, just it's still fantastic, phenomenal.
It's splitting hairs at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We probably want to revisit our other 2, I would think.
I mean, you got to give, although we've been leaning towards glass 2, any given Sunday, you never know when your mood's going to change, you know?
Yeah.
And the people deserve to see
It's all for the
what we
people.
think.
It's all for the people.
This is our sacrifice.
So yeah, I mean, just
There's still, like, there's not a ton of oak that I'm getting on 1 and 3. I mean, it's there, but it's very forefront on 2.
agree. Yeah, they're both really good. It's glass 2 for me.
That's probably where I'm going to be. It's so smooth. It is a bourbon experience and still approachable. Like, I don't feel like we've actually mentioned a very long Kentucky hug. I feel like it's actually hung in our mouths longer than what it would in our esophagus, really. This could be something very approachable, maybe not the heat of summer, but if you're having a cigar, May, April.
And it's 60, 70 out, like you're
Like, I wouldn't shy away from really
fine
any
with
of
that.
these.
Yeah. That situation, I would probably lean toward number 1, you know? Sun's high, you're outside, but that's just not what I'm looking for right now. And that, kind of swayed my decision.
Yeah. So for the people that are watching in June, maybe I change. This goes a bit more honey. I mean, it's really, really good. Splitting hairs on all 3 of these to where I'm sticking with your notes to where they were this green apple, kind of muffin, cinnamon, caramel drizzle, some honey. But for now, to where we're filming in January, I'm going to go with the smooth, darker glass 2.
Gives you, yeah. Yeah, so glass 1 is my last. That's our first try on the far left here, and that is going to be batch A, what you just found.
Okay. So then my last, your second place would be C batch.
Gotcha.
So Fred's number 2. So we agreed with Breaking Bourbon's B batch.
I mean, as we talked about, there was mixed reviews on which one of these in 2023 was considered the best. I think it's all, like we said, personal preference.
Yeah. I mean, it's been all over the place. So, I mean, for my 3rd place, I'm extremely happy if that's the only bottle that I found from Larceny this year. But that B batch is really smooth, and it's as all the dark tasting notes that you would want in a barrel-proof bourbon.
Agreed.
It just doesn't give you the hug that Elijah Craig does, so maybe this is a more approachable barrel-proof. And easier to find.
Definitely easier to find and definitely cheaper too. Cool.
Do what you want with that.
Sure. Yeah, take that for what it is.
That too.
Yeah. Any other sayings you'd like pop in here?
Life is like a box of chocolates.
Yeah, you never know. Great segue. The NFL playoffs. You never know what you're going to get.
Yes,
a couple
that is a
upsets
segue.
this past weekend, moving into kind of what we usually wrap up with.
Yes.
I'm still on Patreon putting out bets. We are 38-27 right now. So
That's a damn good record
it's
for
yeah,
betting.
it's making money. So that's all I can ask for, to be in the green, and we're going to continue to do that until NFL wraps up. Probably take a little bit of a break, and then we get into MLB futures. We get into March Madness as well, and then not long after that, the NFL draft, which is one of my favorite events of the year. So, but yeah, other than that, we did have I guess I should say you had this idea, so I'll let you take it away. I don't want to step on your
I've
toes.
seen other people do it. I definitely don't want to take the credit. So we're just going to blend them. I feel like they're all pretty close.
Sure.
So we'll blend them, see what happens, because ultimately I feel like we said very positive things about all of them. And then we'll sign off with a quick how do they blend? Oh God, what a segment.
Wow.
How do they blend?
How do they blend? Wow.
I mean, it definitely all comes together to where you have kind of a brightness, but it's a much deeper brightness.
The
now.
sour apple is definitely still there, but it's changed for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's a dark brown sugar. It's nice.
Yeah, wow. It is combining that sweet, light tartness with that deep maple syrup, the toffee, as you discussed.
That's actually really good.
It's pretty good, yeah. That's
Okay.
pretty good. I'm going to finish this for sure.
Good to know.
Yeah.
To all the Buccaneer fans out there, all three of you, maybe two, maybe just one. Fire the cannons. Yeah.
And for all those Chiefs fans out there, old and new, if you just showed up with Taylor Swift entering the picture, then
Welcome the Swifties.
welcome to the Swifties. Yeah, the bandwagon is large. The bandwagon is literally a
Yep.
concept of imagination, so you can make it as large as you want. To you guys again, appreciate you guys being here. For those that have come back after, we've been at this for 6 months now, so for those who keep coming
close.
back, appreciate it.
This is episode 51.
Is it really?
Yeah.
No kidding.
We didn't mention that at all the last video. We were like, I don't know. We're not numbers guys. Fire the cannons.
Yeah.
Cheers to you
guys.
guys.
Appreciate it.